All right, there we go. And officially the first shot in the new studio. Now I expect things will change slightly, especially the camera angle. I'm not too sure about that yet. Color balance, different lighting styles and stuff. We'll get into that more soon. Don't touch the microphone stand. But today is the Ghetto Studio Entries Day. This is dedicated to 4 videos that I selected personally that were sent by fans who watched the previous Ghetto Studio video. More on that right here. But if you're caught up to speed, then you're going to see 4 videos that I chose that I thought were the most janky or just the sketchiest, things that I thought were presented well. You showcased everything the way that I wanted you to via the rules in the description, what I had talked about in that video. So I do have 4 selected, and what we're going to do, I decided to keep the names anonymous, though the people who entered are going to know who they are. I do have their email addresses. That's how they sent me the links to their videos. And by the way, if you want to unlist your YouTube video that you send to me as an entry, I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, honestly, you don't want to be known for having a really disorganized room, right? So on to the entries. We're going to start with the first one here. Again, I'm not going to disclose who these people are, but they know who they are. And I want you guys to keep in mind which one you think is the most janky, the most ghetto, because that person that you select via the Twitter poll we're going to run right when this video publishes will be the winner of a $100 gift card or $100 cash or whatever, e-cash if we send it via PayPal. And I choose PayPal usually for international transactions because it's simple and secure, and I can send that money pretty much anywhere on the planet. So it doesn't matter where you live, you can enter this giveaway regardless of your location. That's another great thing about entering this giveaway versus like a graphics card giveaway where it's difficult to send stuff to certain countries. So on to the entries. We're going to start with this first one here, and I'm just going to have at it, kind of unfiltered. And hopefully no one takes offense to some of the critiques that I make.
This is my room. See? No door.
Okay.
We use curtains and lock it like this.
You just put a pillow there?
Simple.
Okay. That's pretty clever.
My old box.
Is that a V3 Thermaltake case? I had one of those.
Stuff hanging.
Okay. Are you hanging them via nails? Alright.
My guitar.
That's a good looking guitar, but it's mighty dusty, my
right?
friend. Oh yeah.
My friend used to cool.
Is that to cool you or to cool
PC?
The system? Okay, so it's to cool the system. I get that. Wow. That
All
is
the hardware I use
beautiful.
is in the video descriptions.
You guys don't want to
How
know
to use this PC?
what's in the video
Easy.
description.
You can see the cushion I stole from my mother guest room.
You stole it from your guest
You
room.
sit here and to play it easy. Use that ashtray
No.
as your
He's using a
elbow
Pringles
or
box for his armrest and a newspaper for his
elbow there.
mousepad.
The table that I'm using for the PC, I made it myself.
You made your. That's actually really cool. You made your own table. I've done that before. It's not easy.
See? The way we play,
I'm actually kind of digging this, dude.
nice and comfy.
Look, see, the whole point of this, right?
Thank you guys.
He made it work for himself. He did what he could with the resources he had, and he made it as functional as he possibly could. I mean, like, he built it as his own desk. He's using a newspaper for a mouse pad. If that's not ghetto, I don't know what is. But it's ingenious at the same time, and that's one of the reasons why I chose him as one of the entries for this first official Ghetto Studio giveaway. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Leave a comment down below. We're gonna move on to the second entry right now.
Here's my X58 base system. I started in a Dell workstation, but finally bought a proper motherboard. One of my hard drives has been wiped to government standards, so that's reassuring. I have 28 gigs of RAM, 5 4GB sticks, 3 are ECC, 2 are not, one 8GB stick that is much nicer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cooler Master for making the Hyper 212 so cheap.
I love how he's
Here I
doing shout-outs.
use an Xbox 360 dongle along with a USB fan to actively cool my passively cool GT 1030. Here's a DVD drive. Shout out to Physical Media. Speaking of physical media, behind that bookcase is where my cable internet comes in. It goes here to this modem. Then I take that through the hallway, under the dog food, over here to the router.
Oh, this is good.
And from the router, the Wi-Fi signal is bounced back
I've been there,
to
G.
my network
I
range
totally know.
extender,
You gotta follow that cable,
which I
man.
have hardwired in.
The modem is
to
where the
back of my
modem
computer.
is.
So thanks a lot, everyone else in the house that wants internet. Here's the rest of my house. Foam pads that do nothing. My only 2 Blu-rays, Dragon Ball Z. Shout out to my dog.
Alright.
Missing 2 foam pads. Shout out to my other dog, Roscoe.
This is good.
Computer cases double as
just like
nice
McLovin.
TV stands. Here's my external hard drive. Got a computer dedicated
Is
to
that
Molex
technically an
powering
external
this
hard drive?
hard drive, which I use as an external hard drive for my Xbox.
Okay.
I have a dead R9 290, which is why I use a GT 1030 in the first place, as evidenced by this Cinebench run where my CPU is far too powerful for a GT 1030.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Okay, so I chose this one because I thought that the presenter was actually very creative, very intuitive. Again, these are unique solutions to problems that a lot of people face, frankly. Again, we're not trying to harp on these people for having ghetto setups. The whole point here is to just have fun, right? I've been here. Trust me, it took a long time to get here, and a lot of that just has to do with the channel success. But me as an individual, when I'm just kind of doing my own thing, I get really messy, and I come up with very weird ways of solving simple problems. So this person was chosen because he looked like he had it all together, even though his room was clearly messy, and he was using like what computer cases is like monitor stands and stuff. That's what I want to see, right? Because it works for you, and that might be ghetto to somebody else, but it's functional, and he's having a laugh at the same time. So I enjoy that kind of content. I enjoyed that entry, and that is why this person was selected in the final 4. All right, now on to our third entry. This one should be good.
Welcome to my Ghetto studio.
Wow,
As you can see, I have lots of boxes.
it's extremely cluttered.
These are mostly old electronics and PC parts,
That's cool though.
although bottom ones contain books. You can also see all the testing devices and power supplies,
Okay.
different wires.
Wow.
Shelf space is occupied by stuff that mostly sits there collecting dust.
Yep, I was gonna say.
You can see empty bottles, wires, paint cans. Here we approach the
do in
core
your
of the
studio?
studio. 2 monitors, an IQ chair to sit on. One monitor has a retro PC acting as a stand. It's an old network
love
switch
that.
that I have cleaned, painted and made into a retro gaming machine. I had to
Okay,
fully
that's clever.
clean and sand this thing and apply a few layers of paint and do the masking jobs and such like, but now I think it looks much better.
Yeah.
Here is my old Deley driver Toshiba laptop. No battery, replaced screen and keyboard. As you can see, it
So-
took quite a beating in the past few years.
Just run
but,
the power cable
still
directly
does
into
what
it.
it's supposed to do. Let's
Okay.
put it aside. Now, this is the main rig. You might say, hey, why is it ghetto? It has an FX processor. Other than that, it's great. It is overclocked to
It's ghetto
4.5,
because
has
it
a
has
beefy
an
cooler
FX
and a
processor.
GTX 1060 inside, so it can keep up with some games,
Oh.
although not with all of them.
I love how
The
blunt
mouse
he was.
is an old Logitech. It's on the verge of dying. The headphones are surprisingly fine for their age. They are a Creative HQ 1600. This is the CAD U37 microphone, which you are listening to right now, on an old handmade, basically, stand. This is the most ghetto part of my setup,
You
I'd say.
made that,
If I were to
wow.
replace something, I would first, I think, go for the microphone. This was my ghetto studio living room. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but
Yes, it does. Yes,
as a person that lives here, I can say, yikes, my dude. Yikes.
It's a great entry, and you can tell he was genuine the whole time. Again, very creative solutions to some simple problems. Like when you don't have something, either you can't afford it, or you just don't have access to it, or you don't have time to go out and buy it or build it yourself. You come up with these kinds of solutions, and he made the best of it, right? He used that old case as a monitor stand, and then he kind of changed it up, made it look unique, kind of customized it to his own liking, and I like that. He worked with what he had at his disposal, and that's the reason why this person was entered into the final 4 for this week's giveaway. All right, now on to the last submission. And this is my personal favorite. I'm not going to try to hide the fact that I like one over all the others. But I think you'll see when you watch this one why I like this one more than the others. Not because it's more ghetto, but because the presenter had such great charisma. All of these entries were great, but this one especially stood out to me. So here we go.
Greetings, Science Studio. This is Lanigan, aka Casey, and if you want some ghetto studios, man, do I have a treat for you. For my studio is not just my own ghetto setup, but my girlfriend's as well. In the one room we share with our baby. We have a bunch of computers here, all of which work. As you can see, the more you look at it, the bigger of a train wreck it is.
Yeah.
This is where I do all my streaming and recording from this PC. It works. Here's your video we just watched. We just edited some stuff in GIMP.
Dude,
And
is
we
that
just
a
uploaded
pill
a
bottle?
video.
Like
So,
supporting your
Completely
monitor?
working. I also have two Surface Pros. Obviously, they're running old EverQuest because that's what I play them on.
Please
This
go
one
back to the pill
is a
bottle.
wiped one with a broken screen that you can't really see on the camera, but there's tape here. So the
taped it?
touchscreen does not function. So I've taped it to an old baby food container.
Oh, that's clever.
And added a mouse and keyboard. And now it works just fine. This is an old laptop that I use also for gaming, but it's mostly a music server. So it runs music all day, and it is also sitting on a baby food platform. And show you that this is securely wired to the top of my computer tower.
gosh.
And my computer makes this lovely fan sound from the power supply. Now, when I'm trying to record things and I have the camera facing myself, this laptop also does work, but it's currently my light stand. See, I don't have a proper face light, so this doubles as my face light, a piece of paper curved over a desk lamp. My keyboard, is ancient. Although I do like this keyboard, I keep it on purpose, even though I've worn a bunch of the buttons.
keycaps are wearing
The
away.
mouse, probably the best cheap mouse you've ever seen.
Probably.
Also, interestingly enough, this pill bottle here is completely functional.
He's putting out the pill bottle.
It keeps the
See,
monitor
look.
level.
He's using
This
a
has been a
pill
brief
bottle.
ghetto setup tour full of baby food containers and
Oh,
really old
gosh.
computers. Why aren't you on? You're not proving that you work. There you go. That's better. Yep.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite. But this is subjective, and I'm not the one who determines who of these four wins the giveaway for this week. So again, $100 is on the line, and if this video is published, it means that we have a poll running on our Twitter handle @ScienceStudioYT. You can go there and vote for your favorite. We have entry 1, entry 2, entry 3, and entry 4 in the order that you saw them in this video. And you'll be able to vote for the one that you like the most. So use this video as reference so you know which one you're selecting as your favorite. And then after, we'll do maybe 3 or 4 days for this poll to be open, if that's possible, in the Twitter poll settings. And then we will basically decide as a group, as a fan base here, the winner of the first ever Ghetto Studio contest, I guess we should call it. So best of luck to those who were selected. Again, if you entered last week, or if you just entered, I have your stuff. You don't have to keep re-entering. All of your emails are archived, and then what I'll do is cycle through all of those. If you just barely missed the cut this week, you might be in the cut next week, right? You might be selected for next week's giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Keep your hopes up because, again, you might be entered in the future, and you'll get an email from me personally confirming that you are going to be entered, in case you weren't aware of that. So the people who were selected this week were notified, and they're awaiting the results. So head on over to Twitter, go ahead and vote. You don't have to follow us or subscribe to the channel or anything. If you want to be a part of this whole process, you can vote freely. I'm not too worried about bots, but if I do have my suspicions, we'll look further into it. There are ways to tell if votes were botted. So if it ever comes to that, we'll find a different way to do this. But I want to use Twitter because it's a way to kind of funnel the channel back into it and grow one of our social media bases. So we get a little something out of this because we're paying, what, $100 a week out of pocket for this. So until we get a sponsor, it's all on us. But I think it's all in good fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoyed the 4 entries. Stay tuned for the results. We'll announce them in next week's Ghetto Studio video, assuming that the power comes back on by then. We're about to get blasted by Hurricane Matthew, so crossing fingers that this setup looks the same after the storm. Thanks you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. This is Science Studio. Thanks for cringing with us.